Good evening and welcome to round one of the D2 Central MIAA tournament as the visiting Holliston Panthers take on your hometown Hopkinton Hillers. The winner of tonight's game will advance to the D2 Central quarterfinals to be played at 7 p.m. on Friday, March 1st against the winner of Medfield and Wayland. Participating student athletes, coaches, and contest officials have worked diligently to prepare for today's competition. Please show your appreciation by demonstrating good sportsmanship and respect for all in attendance. Ensure that your behaviors reflect the values that should be identified with these student athletes. Assume responsibility for your behavior and the behavior of those around you. If you require assistance, please call upon a school or security official. And now for tonight's lineups. For the Holliston Panthers, number 1, Melanie Coleman. Number 2, Gabby Ramirez Brodeur. Number 14, Jackie Alabrandi. Number 22, Eliza Altabelli. Number 33, Grace Kerr. Number 54, Olivia Briggs. And now for Holliston's starters. Starting at guard, number 5, a senior captain, Grace Zindelit. Starting at guard, a senior, number 11, Abby Ray Wells. Starting at forward, a junior, number 12, Brooke Jeffrey. Starting at guard, a senior captain, number 15, Tess Powers. And starting at guard, a senior, number 32, Cami Kozabo. The Panthers are coached by Dan Keefe and assisted by Kurt Lorenzen. And now for your hometown Hopkinton Hillers. Number 3, Millie Sensini. Number 5, Livy Gladue. Number 15, Riss Prahl. Number 21, Caroline Connell. Number 22, Liz Liberta. Number 23, Emma Mann. Number 24, Cammie McDonald. Number 30, Mary Sesnick. Number 34, Ashley McDermott. And now for tonight's starters. Starting at guard, a junior, number 0, Lily Morningstar. Starting at guard, a senior, number 11, Callie Corby. Starting at guard, a senior, number 12, Kate Hubner. Starting at forward, a senior captain, number 4, Ivy Gogolin. And starting at forward, a senior captain, number 32, Regan Caveney. The Hillers are managed by Molly Birchman. The head coach is Mike Greco, and he is assisted by Kerry Chatton, Pat O'Brien, Anthony Gonzalez, and our number 1 fan and coach, Scott Mackin. Our great nation has persevered through the leadership and sacrifices of men and women who have served or are currently serving in our armed forces. We invite both veterans and current military personnel to stand and be honored. We thank you for your service to our country. Now we invite you all to stand for the playing of our national anthem. Go Hillers!
HKM TV welcomes you to the first round of the MIAA Division II Central Tournament. tonight, this time, the 4th seeded Hopkinton Hillers, sitting at 16-4 overall, host the number 13 seed Holliston Panthers for the rubber match, so to speak, of the series this year. Both teams taking one against the other in regular season play. And hi, I'm Tim Laddick here with Steve Spector. And Steve, last night we didn't have the finish we were hoping for exactly, with Medway having a strong 4th quarter, taking that game away from the Hiller boys. What do you think we're going to see here tonight in another rematch?
Well, I mean, it's it's tournament time. Sometimes you catch a team not from your division in league, but in both cases, the boys last night with Medway and tonight the girls with playing Holliston. And in each case, it's the third of the 3-game series, so to speak, right. And the winner has to go home for the rest of the season. So stakes are high. Great crowd tonight. People are still coming in here and rooting for the Hillers to take this one so they can keep going in the tourney.
Holliston wins the tip, starts off with possession first. In the most recent game between these two, on January 19th, that was also here in Hopkinton, Holliston played a very, very good game and took this one from a hot Hiller team. Unexpected to say the least, but not a fluke by any stretch. Holliston's
a tough team. Holliston's a tough team. They are really well coached by Dan Keefe. And as I recalled, I don't believe – nice move.
Lily Morningstar left-hand layup to start this game off, 2-0 Hopkinton.
I want to say Ivy was out that last game, which was a big deal, but not to take anything away from Holliston that game. But with Ivy being in tonight's game, it might have a different look. So,
shot from DeZindelit, no good. She was huge in that victory here in Hopkinton, really pacing the Panthers offensively in that victory.
That was a really exciting game, as I recall, and we'll probably have another one of those types of games tonight.
Yeah, it was
nice.
That's just a 3-point win, 52-49 going to Holliston as Gogolin is blocked down low. Cosaball with it. Now Abby Ray Wells. Pass down low to Jeffroy. She's wrapped up by Hubner. And Kate Hubner, the senior, doesn't wait long to put her impact here on this game.
Yep, Kate's had a great season. Really scrappy player and created a sort of a turnover with that jump ball. And for some of the younger players who are watching the game, Brooke Jeffroy, a really good player. I remember she had a great game last time. She's a really tall player. She brought the ball way down. So the guards on the Hillers came out and stole the ball or tried to. So, if you're a tall player, you want to keep that ball up high above your head as much as you can.
Holliston doing a great job of basically double teaming Gogolin right now, leaving Hubner open on the other side. Now she has it.
5 seconds.
Gogolin takes it and drives. Shot up and in. A hard left-hand lay-in. Hard off the backboard.
Tough shot, left hand.
4-0 Hiller lead now. 5:50 left here in the first quarter.
Tough pass.
Almost a turnover. Morningstar caught off guard and then fouls DeZindelit from behind on the drive. 2 free throws coming.
I think a good fortune on them if you're a Holliston fan. I think that pass was intended to go to another player, and they didn't really connect, and it's somehow like a double bounce pass to DeZindelit, and she's got 2 shots.
First free throw no good for the senior captain. Second one no good as well.
Free throws could come back to haunt them. Critical.
Morningstar gets it down low to Gogolin. She turns around, blocked by Jeffroy, but a foul is called.
Good take by Ivy, kind of created the contact at her back to the basket, and Jeffroy did everything she could to stop the play, but they had too much body contact down low. Got a lot of ball, but too much body down low.
Short on the first free throw is Gogolin.
Let's see if the Hiller girls can keep things rolling here. The tradition continues with the 1 of 2 for Ivy.
5-0 lead now for Hopkinton.
Hiller girls have traditionally done very well, going deep into the tournament for a lot of years, and hopefully we get another one of those runs this year.
Right, last year the Hillers made it all the way to the sectional final where they fell to Medfield, another TVL team who's actually seated just one spot below the Hillers. There are, I believe, 5 TVL teams, 2 of which competing here tonight, as well as Medfield, Ashland, and Medway also in this division. So TVL well represented here in the postseason.
Definitely.
And also not counting Millis, who's a couple divisions below, but will certainly look to have a strong tournament as they usually do.
Holliston.
Abby Ray Wells drive, no good on the shot. Rebound to Gogolin.
Tell you what, it's over 3 minutes into the game, no points for Holliston. Tough shooting and really tough D from
Gogolin gets it down low. Her shot just reaches over the front of the rim, gets it to fall down. 7-0 lead for Hopkinton.
At some point, Coach Keith might have to rally his girls here.
Dzindalib throws her head down.
Tough shot.
A bit out of control, hard off the glass. Rebound to Caveney. Now Morningstar gets stripped from behind. Nice play. Abby Ray Wells hustles to keep it in bounds.
I remember her from the last time. She's very scrappy. Quick guard, number 11. Holliston still looking for that first hoop.
Hand off to Dzindalib. Her shot off the glass and in. And Holliston does break the ice there. 7-2 now, Hiller leads.
That's a tough shot. Two Hiller girls right in her face. She still got the ball to go off the glass and in. Ooh, almost a travel.
We had a number of travel calls last night in the boys' game between Medway and Hopkinton. Most of them correctly called, but still, refs were right on top of that. None so far to begin. Almost one there on Morningstar.
2 seconds.
Corby down low, shot just hits the rim.
Live ball. Ooh, a lot of contact, no call. I think people
Coach
heard the buzzer go off, thought it was almost a shot violation, but
Coach Keefe, a lot of things to worry about, telling his team to calm down as soon as they got that ball. Morningstar tips it out of bounds. Stays with Holliston, though. 7-2 lead still for Hopkinton. 3:08 left in this opening quarter. Not much offense to speak of so far.
No, I mean, both teams not exactly lighting it up so far, but as we've seen, that things can change in a heartbeat. Good D.
Kozabal knew right away, hit with the traveling call, and there's the first one of this contest.
Yep, Regan Caveney really playing tough D, riding her all the way down and created that turnover. Regan's had a great season.
Amelia Sensini, the freshman, getting some early minutes here.
Left hand.
Caveney drives.
Ooh, nice.
Tough take, somehow gets her own rebound and kicks it back out to Gladue. Now inside to Gogolin, a nice seal off of the defender, and she gets the layup to fall. 9-2 lead now.
Made a great move, used her body, kind of shielding the Holliston player on her back.
Hopkinton sending 2 defenders hard at the ball carrier, forcing some tough passes from Holliston, and then a missed shot there. Gladue over to Sensini, she drives. The tough take, no good.
Amelia Sensity, freshman, coming in late in the season, getting some good minutes here. Don't see a lot of freshmen playing playoff basketball. Got to earn that. 3-second call. Somebody camping out in the lane. Kind of a mental error.
Right, and then on the other side of that, kind of a questionable shot taken from Dzindalib, a deep 3. Either way, not much working on that possession for Holliston as they turn the ball over to Hopkinton with a 7-point lead.
Yeah, that's like I said, under 2 minutes left, only 2 points for Holliston offensively. Oh, nice pass.
Gogolin, not much space to work with, somehow earns herself a trip to the free throw line. 2 shots coming for the senior captain.
This foul's on Jackie Alibrandi, I think. It's her first foul, sophomore. Really couldn't do much about it. Ivy's a tough matchup down low for most everybody in the Tri-Valley League, and now, playoffs, here we go, again, and she has, you can kind of see where this is going a little bit. It looks like she's on the verge of having a big game. UNH-bound senior. Tough steal.
And she forces a steal. A great pass down low. Marissa Prawl can't finish the lay-in.
11-2, 1:30 left in the first quarter. Good D by Olivia Gladue.
Coleman somehow finds help. Ball in the hands of Jeffroy now. She's backing down.
Tough shot.
A nice turnaround move. Gets past Gogolin. 11-4 lead now for Hopkinton.
It's a heck of a shot at going the reverse direction. Somehow was able to bank it off glass and in.
Ledoux drives baseline.
Oh, nice.
Nice feed to Gogolin. She can't make it. Rebound.
Nice
block
block
from behind. But Ledoux again there. Secure the ball.
Work for another shot. They got time. 20 seconds left in the shot clock. Nice pass by Gladue. Nice, cute little bounce pass.
Sensini hands it off to Prawl. Her scoop layup, no good. Grabbed by Holliston.
Brandy with a couple of blocks.
Oof. Holliston player hits the floor.
Ouch.
Coleman's relief pass. A tough look. Grabbed by Holliston and Hopkinton. Jump ball. This one, I believe, goes to Holliston.
Holliston could use a bucket.
Pass,
Whoa,
inbound
jeez.
pass, a tough collision.
Wow.
Regan Caveney hit hard.
Wow.
Jeffroy turns around, jumper, no good. Caveney comes up with the rebound, throws it right to Jeffroy. She fires off a shot. 8 seconds left.
Body's
Ball
flying
rolls
everywhere.
around. Ref, I'm not sure if he made a call. Looks like it stays with Holliston.
By Eliza Altabelli of Holliston. It was kind of a loose ball, a 50-50 ball, if you will, and she went for the ball along with two Hiller girls that were not as the same size, on the smaller side. And you don't really see that too often, but the two Hiller girls went down like a house of cards. That was, everybody's okay. That was
a big collision.
Quite a scene there. And then 10 seconds later, there's 3 or 4 other bodies on the ground.
Right.
So girls are playing hard. 5 seconds left in the quarter. Hillers have a 11-4 lead, so that's a pretty successful quarter for them so far.
Still holding Holliston, like you just said, to just 4 points. But despite that, Holliston still well within this game, only down 7. A 3 here, maybe a free throw, and they're right back in it. So definitely things to look forward to and things to work on for both teams as we move forward here with this final 5.4 seconds. Looks like Holliston will be inbounding under the Hiller hoop. Shot clock is off. They'll have a chance to lower this deficit from 7 down to 5 or 4.
Yeah, that's a big possession here. I was going to say, why bother with a timeout? If you're Holliston, why waste it? But, with 5 seconds left, they can still get a couple of passes and work for a good shot. Maybe they're setting up a three-pointer just to see if they can kind of bail themselves out of what so far has not been a good quarter for them.
Pass inside to Zindelit. Wants the 3. She launches it. Knocks it down. Tough shot.
Lord.
From Grace to Zindelit, the senior captain, bringing Holliston to within 4 now. And all of a sudden, that quarter looks a lot better for the Panthers.
I mean, I didn't mean to jinx the Hillers on that one, but that
was a great shot.
You got to tip your hat to the coach of Holliston, making good use of his timeouts. That's huge. It just cut the lead in half from what it was, or something like that. So, I think it's going to be a tight game here. Here we go. People are still filing in. A flurry of fans rooting for the Hillers, I would imagine, are filing in, but there's certainly a good number of Holliston fans, obviously the next town over, and a great rivalry. So,
I know there was some confusion as to what time the game was supposed to start tonight. We originally thought it was a 7 p.m. start. Later found out it was moved up, or maybe it originally started at 6. Maybe some of the people, that could be the reason some of them are showing up a bit late here as the second quarter is about to get underway. But at any rate, the girls were not late to the action, definitely bringing it from the tip-off. Very tough defensive game, definitely a little bit of nerves too to start, I would say, but not many turnovers or jitters plays that I've seen. Just tough defense here, especially from the Hillers to start.
Yeah, that's a good point, Tim. And, as compared to last night, the first quarter, I don't know about jitters, but there was certainly a lot of anxiety
right.
And a lot of turnovers. And the kids were jacked up last night, and it showed in a little bit. But tonight, both teams seem to be playing under the control right from the get-go. Oh, nice move.
Morningstar, nice move to get to the hoop. Can't make it. Gogolin rebounds and puts it in. Ivy Gogolin providing the muscle there and padding the stats as well.
Brooke Jeffroy doing her best to keep Ivy off the glass, but that's a tough matchup. And
Hubner a bit too aggressive there. Picks up the foul. Guarding Alibrandi. Ball into Dezindalit, 13-7 Hiller lead. Just 30 seconds into this second quarter.
Melanie Coleman, another sort of the six-man award. She's had, that's got to be a travel, I think.
Dezindalit falls to the ground with the ball, but it looks like she fell over Morningstar's leg and a foul was called.
That's unfortunate. That's kind of an incidental trip. I don't know how they can call a foul, but they got a better angle down there, I guess, Tim. And that was kind of tough thing for a ref to make a split-second decision on that one.
Right.
Ooh, nice.
Pass inside from Alibrandi. Jeffroy comes up with it hard off the glass. Gogolin grabs the rebound. Corby over to Caveney. Had a chance for a quick three, passed it up. Now Gogolin inside. Quick move, bounce off the rim, no good. Dezindalit with it now.
She's a nice player. She's got some good speed, a lot of poise.
Coleman dribbles into trouble. Somehow has the wherewithal, throws it off of Caveney's leg. Holliston keeps possession.
Holliston hanging around. You never know if these things are going to get out of hand early, and you have these streaks that are 3 or 4 baskets in a row from one of the other teams, and Hillers were on the verge of they had an 11-2 lead at one point. Now it's 13-7, so it's a little different game. Ooh, almost a travel.
Abby Ray Wells has the ball stripped away, out of bounds, stays with the Hillers. With the Panthers.
7 seconds left in the shot clock for them. I don't know if they know that.
That's right, good call, Steve. I'm not sure if they do. The fans are yelling it out. Cazabal has no idea. Coach Dan Keefe looks beside himself over there on the sideline.
Pointing to his each of his temples on either side, like, come on, girls, you got to think,
Right.
But he's a positive guy. Just got to get their heads in the game here.
Got to rely on your fans too. Yell a bit louder there.
That's true.
That's what you need them for.
Oh.
As Caveney knocks down the three, her first of the contest. A 9-point lead now for the Hillers.
She hasn't had much to say offensively up until then, and that was a big three. And if she gets it going, that's going to be a tough situation for Holliston if she starts hitting 3 points like she can.
Abby Ray Wells putting on a dribbling expedition. Eventually turns it over. Pass up to Hubner. A tough finish. She gets it to fall. 18-7 lead now.
Great passing. It wasn't a whole lot of room to get those passes in, and not a lot of room to get the shot off. That was great play.
Coach Keefe calling a timeout as Tess Powers dribbled into trouble. Tried to get it to Grace Dezindalit, but Keefe's timeout comes beforehand, and now the Hillers are looking at an 11-point lead just a couple of minutes here into the second quarter.
Yeah, flurry of offensive activity for the Hiller girls, and nice layup. I think it was Callie passed the ball through. I don't know how she got the ball through, and then I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was. We don't have instant replay here, but it was like no room to get the shot off, and that was a great finish, great fast break finish.
Right.
And just noticing that the Hiller boys
team it's good to see them here support. Yep. We often see the girls there pop in when the boys have a big game, so it's good to see the boys, even with that loss, they are supporting the girls who who are poised, as we've been talking about pretty much all year, poised to make a deep tournament run.
They're looking good right now, and even some of the games later in the regular season, I had an opportunity to go to see an away game at Newton South, which is
a very talented team,
which is one of the top teams in the state, and the Hillers had a fourth quarter lead on those, and eventually lost by about 10 points or something. But that was really good preparation. So I think they're well positioned for a good deep run, like you said.
Dzindala takes a lot of contact, banks it in. A tough finish there for Dzindala. She's doing her best to keep this team in the game. And Kate Hubner drives hard to the basket. Took a bit of contact, nothing called there. Refs letting them play on that one.
Ooh, almost a carry. Oh!
Dzindala almost turns it over, then eventually does. Throws it off of Morningstar. Morningstar, great pass to a cutting Gogolin. She misses.
Unfortunate.
Gogolin thought that bucket was in, started running towards her own hoop. Dzindala, a nice fake, can't finish the fast break lay-in. Now a quick pass up to Morningstar. She's by herself. Lefty lay-in drops.
Wow.
It's a 20-9 lead now.
It's a game of inches. Dzindala had, if she hits that last one, and I'll tell you what, that's a lot of up and down. I think these girls are getting
4-point swing right there at the very least.
I think this pace of the game is testing the cardio on these girls.
Nice bounce pass from Dzindala. Great read as she took the pick from Altabelli. Took a step to draw the defender and launched a nice bounce pass to Altabelli, who knocked down the shot.
Four minutes left in the second quarter, 20-11 Hiller girls.
Morningstar finds some room for the jumper.
Nice.
Knocks down the soft J, 22-11.
Yeah, she used the pick well and just created the space. No pressure whatsoever. Holliston can't let that happen too often. They're going to stay in the game.
Altabelli dribbles it off her leg. Somehow Abby Ray Wells comes up with it.
Nice
her
steal.
pass stolen away by Hubner. She sees red running toward the hoop. And she's fouled. 2 free throws coming for the senior.
Up and down here, a lot of action. Hubner had plenty of games this year where she's taken over offensively. And that was a nice take to the hoop. She's done that. She's had a couple games where she can get into a rhythm, taking up and down the court.
Now she's a huge tone setter for Hopkinton, absolutely. Not typically the one they rely on in any particular facet of the game as far as offense or defense, but she's always there providing whatever it is the team needs in that current game. And right here, she's doing it again, forcing turnovers and causing fouls. Here, the second free throw is no good, but Gogolin crashing the boards.
That's tough if you're a Holliston coach. Ooh, almost a travel there.
Pass inside to Gogolin, tipped away, stolen by Holliston.
Kind of telegraphed the pass in there. I think Holliston was onto that.
Quick shot fired off the backboard, no good. 3 minutes left in this opening half, 23-11 lead for Hopkinton.
Not too bad.
Pass stolen away. Abby Ray Wells, another steal.
I mean, Holliston's not going to go away. They're just too scrappy of a team. And
Altabelli down low.
Nice
I believe they have blocked by Caveney. Hubner with it now. Hubner driving baseline. Great pass down low to Gogolin. Ivy, great cut. Looking for the pass, knocks down the lay, and 25-11 lead for Hopkinton.
Hubner, nice play, bringing it in. I think it was Hubner. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it was Kate.
I'm just getting confused. So many good players out there right now.
Wells fouled on the shot, but Hubner's done a great job of. Morningstar sat on the bench about a minute or two ago, and Hubner's kind of taken over facilitating the offense and has done a great job getting shots for her teammates, and now that leaves Hopkinton with a 14-point lead.
Yeah, she did a great job on that last drive of the hoop, drew a double team, and then Ivy became open, and she hit her with a, not an easy pass. So 25-11, 2 minutes, 13 seconds left in the half. 11 points offensively, pretty low output for any high school game at this point in the game, and it's a testimonial to the Hiller defense.
Second free throw, no good. Got just 4 points in this quarter for Holliston, mimicking that first quarter where they got a few late to make it look a bit better. Sensini, the open three, knocks it down. The freshman.
That's a good feeling.
No hesitation, knocks it down. Nothing but net, 28-11 now.
If that starts happening and everybody starts hitting threes for the Hillers, it's going to be a long night for Holliston.
And an errant pass there from Holliston into the stands. Turnover for the Panthers. Kate Hubner, a quick rest, comes right back out onto the court.
Olivia Gladue giving Hiller girls some great minutes. Deep team here tonight. They can go 8 or 9 deep, no problem. The Hillers.
Reading the pass there was Tess Powers, jumped in front, knocked it out of bounds. Stays with Hopkinton. Again, just a minute 34 left here in this opening half. 28-11 Hiller lead. Things have been going well for Hopkinton, especially offensively here in the second quarter. As Corby drives. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Pass over to Sensini, another three. Looked like it was good. Then it looks like a foul called. I believe that's going on Caveney over the back. And Caveney will take a seat.
That's her second foul. Got to keep an eye on that. Coach Keefe duly noted. Takes her out of the game just to make sure she doesn't get a third foul before the halftime.
Pass down low. Jeffroy takes her time, turns.
Tough shot.
Hard off the backboard. Finds the net. 28-13. Less than a minute now.
She's had a nice game for the Holliston Panthers. They've hit some tough shots tonight.
They've had to. The Hiller defense has been too good. Prawl banks it in from three. Still counts the same. 31-13 now. A three fire. Dzindlet looks
close.
good. Just off the mark. Shot clock is off for Hopkinton. 14 seconds left now. Hubner fires a quick three.
Almost.
But Goglin there for the rebound. Her shot, no good. Hubner fighting for the rebound.
5
Sensini.
seconds.
Body's on the floor. Holliston grabs it. Dzindlet launches.
You call a timeout or something? Oh, she called a carry. It's a tough call with that frantic scene. The ref. I don't know how the ref picked up on that.
How she picked that out of the.
I didn't see that,
but
0.4 seconds
calls
left.
made.
Girls, congratulations so far to both teams. What a great effort. They're both teams playing their hearts out. Hiller's certainly having their way with an 18-point lead at this point.
1.7 seconds put on the clock.
I don't know how they come up with that, but.
Well, enough time for the Hills to get a shot off. Goglin passes it to Sensini, deep three. Off the backboard, she almost banks it in.
Wow.
But the Hillers have a lot to be excited about heading into this halftime break, up 31-13, holding the Panthers to just 6 points there in that second quarter.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's quite a one-sided affair so far, and you know the Hillers have a little swagger going back to they're sprinting back to the locker room, and Holliston's trying to figure out what they can do.
Right, what just hit them.
And I don't blame them. They're in a tough spot, so we'll see what the second half brings. And in the meantime, we have some Hiller cheerleaders doing their nice routine for us as well. That's nice.
Yeah, we'll be back here in a couple minutes after the break. We hope you join us for the second half.
Gunny.
I'm Haley.
Hi, my name is Jake.
We're the Hiller volleyball team.
My name is Emma. My name is May.
My name is Shelby.
My name's Sophie.
We're Alma Gal and we love HCAM.
We love HCAM.
And I volunteer for HCAM TV.
And I watch HCAM TV.
And I love HCAM TV.
And I love HCAM TV.
We love HCAM TV. Woo!
HCAM TV returns here. Tim Hladek here with Steve Spector here for the second half of this contest between the 4th seeded Hopkinton Hillers, again sitting at 16-4 overall, against the 13th seeded Holliston Panthers sitting at 11-9 overall. Again, this is the rubber match between these two teams. Holliston taking one here in Hopkinton. Hopkinton winning the first game of the season in Holliston. And right now this third iteration going very much the Hillers' way with a 31-13 halftime lead now as we start this third quarter.
Yeah, Tim, I think the Hillers, big momentum shift. Kind of a slow start for both teams. Then the Hillers found a groove, and then now they find themselves with an 18-point lead. Start of the second half. So Holliston's going to need to make a statement early if they're going to get back in this game.
Step back jumper from Powers, no good. It was an open shot, just a bit off the mark. Goes out of bounds. Hillers take over. And the Hillers really, we didn't really mention this much in the first half, but coming in off of that fantastic Westboro tournament they had a victory over Acton Boxborough, and then a win over Medway, which they held them and Riley Childs to just 26 points.
Wow.
So a big win there, and then going up a division in the championship game, defeating a very tough and talented Franklin team, 44-42. I know they have a very talented center over there, Allie Brigham, who I'm sure was 5th for Ivy Gogolin, but Hopkinton doing a great job and really taking that momentum here into this one. And right there we see the block defensively, the Hillers.
Play by Gogolin, almost a travel there. Yeah, Franklin's a tough team. I think they're D1.
Right, yeah,
Yep.
That's correct, yeah. So anytime you can go up like that and not miss a beat, it's good news for the Hillers.
Good preparation for the playoffs.
Absolutely.
As well. Not a lot of room there for, who was that, Tess Powers.
Just rimming out was Jeffroy's shot. Now down the other end, Morningstar might have been partially blocked from Powers. Either way, she misses the lay-in. Still 31-13.
Yep, she kind of ran out of real estate going to the hoop and didn't create the best angle for that layup, but that's a
Deep
long
three,
shot.
Kozabal. Questionable shot there, no good. Though Holliston will have to break the molds somewhat to try to come back in this one.
Yep, they're going to need to hit a few threes to get back in the game if they have those kind of weapons. I don't know what's in their arsenal. That's a good take by Ivy.
Gogolin was fouled by, looks like Jeffroy. What will be her second foul. Yep, there it goes. Gogolin will shoot two.
Yep, 2 minutes into the second half and nobody's scored yet. Ivy's probably coming up on double digits if she's already not already there. I think she might be already.
No, I believe she is already double digits in points and rebounds as well. She already has a double-double. I saw one of my Metro West colleagues tweets during the game.
Oh,
yep, she's
wow.
in double-double already.
You're all over this, man.
We've got it covered.
It's good. You got some intel.
Missed the free throw there for both of them. But still an 18-point lead for the Hillers. Good defense there, jumping out against Zindelit.
Nice recovery by Zindelit. Tough spot there.
Hopkinton really keying in on her, sending two defenders typically at her hard when she has the ball,
Huebner
making
with
it
the
tough.
Steal. Yep, nice steal by Huebner. Excuse me.
Hopkinton trying to prod through this defense. Callie Corby, a wide open
Nice.
three, knocks it down. She had all the time in the world to take that one, and she calmly knocked it down.
I mean, the Hillers, to their credit, what they did there was they just rotated the ball around and around.
And worked through that defense.
Until someone had forever to get ready for the three-pointer, and Callie, it's good to see her getting a three-pointer. She's
right. She rarely shoots them, and now Kate Hubner finds herself wide open for a fast break layup. A steal turns into points, and now Hopkinton up 23, causing a timeout from Holliston's Dan Keefe.
Yeah, I think from up here on our perch. We have some.
Yeah, speaking of our perch, we have our Holliston cable TV members, HCAT, joining us here for the broadcast.
Yep, they're standing up to our right and doing a great job for their town. And what I started to say is that the Hillers have a pretty deep bench and are kind of rotating at least 8-9 players in, and they're still going. And I think Holliston, I'm just sensing a little bit of fatigue on their part, and it's hard to keep up with the kind of quicker Hiller girls at the moment. So we'll see. We got quite a ways to go. So,
right. I mean, Steve, you mentioned it a bit earlier. Holliston's hit a bunch of tough shots already, and they've only have 13 points. So it's been a struggle to get to this point where they are right now, and it does not look like Hopkinton is going to let up anytime soon. Especially, again, I mentioned about a minute or two ago, sending two defenders hard at whenever Dzindalik gets the ball, forcing her to pick it up and hit one of her teammates, and they have not been able to score at the clip that Hopkinton has.
Oh,
and nice a great steal from Morningstar and a great effort to keep it inbound. Now down to Gogolin. She seals out the defender. Great block. She gets it back. Another opportunity. A block again. Gogolin gets it back.
Tough D by Holliston. Got to give him credit on that.
Gogolin gets it back down again. Blocked again by Jeff Roy.
Wow.
And Tess Powers right into the wide open layup, running a bit too hard there.
That was
Morningstar's pass almost picked away. And Gogolin fights with Wells, and it's a jump ball. This one, I believe, staying with Hopkinton.
It's quite a flurry of blocks by.
Tired just saying it.
Brooke Jeffroy, I think, had all of those blocks. She's having a heck of a game, doing everything she
Probably
can.
up to about 6 blocks now.
Like
Bill
Russell out there.
Caveney open for 3, a bit short. Rebound to Jeffroy. Again, Jeffroy bringing that ball down low. Hubner almost takes it away again. Nice. Zindelit to an open teammate. Baseline jumper, no good. Getting her own rebound. Another shot, no good from Alibrandi.
Yeah, those are two makeable shots for Holliston. Unfortunately for them, they didn't fall. Found himself
inside. Gogolin dips her shoulder and might have been blocked again. Caveney keeps it inside. Somehow saves it to Morningstar.
Kind of an awkward exchange down low. Ivy kind of created the contact, and there was a lot of it, but no call.
Yeah, she did dip the shoulder, and Hubner drives.
Nice.
Runs right by the Holliston defender. She wanted the shot that time and knocked it down. Powers, a tough bounce pass, cut off by 2 Hillers.
Tim, 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Holliston yet to score this quarter.
Right, good pointing that out. That's not a good sign for the Panthers for sure. Here's Abby Ray Wells looking to change that.
Good D
no
by
foul
Callie.
Called on Callie. She clean strip.
That's a great defensive play. It's not easy to do. Avoid the foul, strip the ball like that. Great play by Corby.
Holliston now going man-to-man away from that zone. Great 1-2 pass, 1-2 game from Hubner and Caveney. No luck, though. A double dribble call there. Looks like I was pretty sure that Morningstar had touched the ball, which would not make that a double dribble, but in a fiery response from Dzindalik, because it looks like she knew that too, but the call made anyway. Turnover.
Yep, that was a tough one for the Panthers. It could have gone either way, like you said.
Great cut from Gladue. Better pass. Bit too strong on the layup. Wide open. Powers for 3. She knocks it down. DeZindalet trying to get her team pumped up, down 22. First bucket of the third quarter.
Yep, they're going to need a couple more of those, but that's a, good shot, wide open, no pressure, nobody's up in her face. Almost a walk there by Olivia.
Gogol in the free throw line jumper, no good. Morningstar fighting for the rebound. Holliston takes it. Powers just inside the three-point line, knocks down the deep two. 5-point run for Holliston right now.
Yep, that could have been a three, but she had both toes in the line. Coach Greco looking to gather his troops, and the Holliston fan base is
trying to get their team pumped up here.
Making their presence known a little bit. I can hear them through the headphones, no problem. And they're trying to rally their troops. And, I think a lot of that, if they're going to continue, DeZindalet is going to have to do that, do her offensive thing as she has all season. But Tess Powers, senior number 15, hitting two big bombs from the right-hand side. One was a three-pointer, bringing them back within striking distance, I guess, but still a long way to go.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a full quarter left, and don't want to say by any stretch the game is over, but it's going to be tough for Holliston. Hopkinton probably doesn't have to score another point this game if they wanted to win it, up 20 at this point. So it's going to be tough for Holliston to come back against this, assuming Hopkinton does knock down a few buckets in the process. But DeZindalet, a very talented offensive player, she's going to have to rely on her teammates here to complete this comeback, because Hopkinton, as I've been saying, sending two defenders hard at DeZindalet whenever she tries to force the issue herself. But Tess Powers stepping up, like you said, Steve, those last two possessions, knocking down those deep shots.
Well, nice. Somebody's got to contest those shots. They were both completely uncontested. Credit to Coach Keefe for keeping his team in it. They're still down 20 points, but it's certainly forcing the Hillers to call a timeout. Ooh, almost a foul over the back.
Sensiny's pass to Gogolin poked away. Sensiny recovered. 10 seconds left on the shot clock now. Hopkinton going exclusively inside to Gogolin. A foul called on Holliston.
Altabelli with a foul over the top. It's a physical matchup. She's doing everything she can against Ivy. Oh, nice ball
Gogolin,
fake.
nice fake.
That's a
scoop,
beautiful
left-handed layup. Gets Alibrandi jumping and knocks down the tough shot.
Again, for those younger players, you want to create some space for yourself, throw a ball fake down low. And in that case, Ivy.
Powers drives. Waving off the shot. They're going to call that one on the floor, it looks like. I don't know how, if you do call that foul, I don't know how it's not on the shot, but.
Unless it was before the shot, but I don't know.
No, I mean, that's what they called it. I don't know. But anyway, Holliston will inbound.
5 seconds almost.
They could have used that shot, that bucket for sure. Alibrandi drives, tough layup, way off the mark. And Hubner fighting with the much bigger Altabelli for the rebound there, forcing the jump ball.
She's having a good game she's getting into the action. Altabelli for Holliston, doing everything she can to keep her team in it.
Sensi takes a seat. Again, big minutes here for Hopkinton.
40 seconds left in the quarter, 40-18.
And Powers is fouled on the baseline shot. 2 free throws coming for Holliston.
Not a lot of fouls so far in the game for either team, so I don't think anybody's in any trouble as we enter the fourth quarter, and it's after the next 39 seconds. I think, for Holliston, they're going to have to start bombing away at three-point land, and they may have the weapons to do that with DeZindalet and Tess Powers, who's at the line right now. Just hit one of two, and she's going to try to hit 2 or 2. She's having herself a nice game. She's got to have double digits by now.
Yeah, she's got Holliston all 7 points that the Panthers have this quarter.
Yeah, I think you're right. Oh, too bad.
And Huebner left. Lack of focus there on that one. Loses it out of bounds. Turnover for Hopkinton. Shot clock is off. 25 seconds left for Holliston. Down 20. Powers looking for help. Dezindelit.
Good D by Marissa.
Inside, Jeffroy, 6 seconds left,
Nice
turns
block.
around, blocked by Gogolin. She gets some revenge. 5 seconds left for Hopkinton.
That's
Ledoux
a technical foul.
over to Gogolin for 3. Off the backboard. Her teammates were up because not often Ivy takes even attempts threes. She got one there, no luck, but Hopkinton will surely take this result. Up 20 now after that third quarter.
Wow, so I'm sorry I got distracted because it looked like Coach Keefe of Holliston was irate that they didn't, the referee didn't call a foul on Hopkinton, and he was really in the face of the ref and kind of followed the ref up the sideline for a period of time, and I saw the ref turn around, and that's why I shouted technical foul. But the ref, to his credit, kind of kept his cool.
Right.
But I thought, that there was certainly an animated discussion, and but as we go into the fourth quarter, Tim, geez, 40-20. Nice round numbers, 8 minutes left. And we have the Hiller fan base doing their thing in the end zone.
Right. But it's going to be tough for Holliston to try to come back from this again. Down 20 points, only scoring 20 points at this point through the first 3 quarters. But we did see a bit of light at the end of the tunnel for them. Tess Powers scoring all 7 of their points there in that third quarter. She started heating up. Holliston's going to need every bit of that in the final 8 minutes.
Well, I mean, it'll take a miracle for them to come all the way back, but to their credit,
not giving up for sure.
Considering they were down 18 points at the half and they played them pretty even in the third quarter. So, they get. Let's start with that. If you're the coach, you say, "Nice job, third quarter. Let's just keep it going and catch a couple breaks here and there." And Hopkinton's going to have to go stone cold for Holliston to get all the way back, which is unlikely.
Right. Morningstar drives. She's tripped up. Looks like a blocking foul will go against Altabelli.
The Hillers are well positioned to continue the journey through the tournament.
That's right, and they will be playing, actually right now, starting at 7 o'clock. The winner of this game, which again we're anticipating will be Hopkinton, they will play the winner of 5th seeded Medfield and 12th seeded Wayland, who are playing in Medfield right now. Should be just tipping off momentarily, and that will be on Friday at 7 p.m. here in Hopkinton, provided the Hillers win.
Oh, nice move.
Morningstar very quickly down the court, hits a tough scoop layup. 44-20 lead now.
Well, she kind of put the afterburners on. Oh, tough pass. Right to that gentleman who's out of bounds, who probably not the intended target, I don't think, but he made a nice play nevertheless. All of a sudden, 4 quick points to start the fourth quarter. Holliston's, to their credit, still playing tough. Oh, ooh, good idea. Kate Huebner going for making a cut to the hoop. She got tripped up. No call, but just incidental. It's a good no call. And then she gets a hand on it.
So, Steve, I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves here. We still got 6 minutes and another entire game between Medfield and Wayland. But if Medfield does pull off the victory in the first round, we will have another TVL match between Medfield and Hopkinton. Again, I mentioned earlier that last year Medfield eliminated this Hopkinton team from the postseason. So definitely something to look forward to. Hopkinton winning both of their matchups against Medfield this season.
Yeah, we'll see. Ooh, too bad for Holliston on that little travel. Yeah. But yeah, that's no matter how that goes next in the game that's going on right now. And again, as you said, it's certainly looking good for the Hillers to be ready to host another one Friday.
Right.
I'm bumming out. I'm not going to be able to be here for that. But nevertheless, I'll have to catch up to the See how that goes Friday night, and hopefully we'll have another game after that. But right now they're taking care of business against Holliston, and I don't know what Holliston has in their arsenal to come back from a 24-point deficit.
Right, and with time being their biggest enemy here, just 6 minutes and 20 seconds left. And Corby steals the ball away. Wanted it more there. Gogolin cutting. A bit too strong on the layup. And Jeffroy comes up with it.
Scrappy play by both teams right there. Good exchange.
Powers' pass. A bit too tough to handle for Kazabal, and she boots it out of bounds.
Nice play by the cheerleader. As I said, a nice play, nice pass right to the ref. Perfect.
Hillers take over with under 6 minutes now left in this contest. Gogolin looking for help. Now Morningstar drives.
Tough shot.
Tough lay-in from the right side. Gets it to fall. Morningstar having a pretty good offensive game.
Quietly having probably 10 or 12 points. I've lost track, but she takes it to the hoop. You know, nice finish. She's had some nice finishes tonight. Oftentimes, when you come flying down either through the lane or on a fast break, and you come up with a layup a little out of control, and players of her gather themselves before they take the shot. But other times it doesn't always happen that way. But she's hit most of those layups tonight. And while we have a minute, we got to take care of our team here. Director Tom Dings directing and doing graphics
double duty
simultaneously, as his wife Samantha is not available, but here in spirit. And then we have John Ritz, Andy Ritz, and Mary are not doing
the camera
work and keeping us mostly under control and sane. And we're somehow getting through without Mike Tiger Tarosian here, but we're seem to be making it through the night. But we appreciate everyone's support tonight, keeping the telecast going.
Ivy Gogolin fouled on the scoop shot there. Just bounced out. No and one opportunity, but 2 free throws coming for the senior captain. First one spins around and rattles down. 47-21 lead now for Hopkinton.
That's quite a gap there.
Yeah, pretty dominating effort.
It'd be interesting to see how long Coach Greco decides to wait to get some of his bench players in and give players like Ivy and some of the other starters a little bit of a break. Certainly want to keep their momentum and flow going, and chemistry and everything for the next game.
Right.
But at the same time, you want to make sure nobody turns an ankle or something like that. So that's a 27-point lead, 5 minutes left. Maybe we'll see some subs coming in a minute. That is getting ahead of ourselves, I guess, as I was talking. I'm guilty of that, but I'm looking at a pretty big gap, 27 points.
Well, at a certain point, you're not getting ahead of yourself. Yeah. At some point, you gotta deal with it. And right now, seems to be about that time. Just under 5 minutes left. 48-21 lead for the Hillers.
Nice game by Eliza Altabelli, getting a round of applause coming off the floor. She played her heart out there for Holliston.
So across the TVL, we have this game, and then games between Medfield and Wayland starting off at 7 o'clock, which should be underway. Ashland has a bye week this week, in virtue of earning that number 2 seed, and Medway is playing here at home against Doherty, the 14 seed. So again, a lot of TVL action, well represented this season.
Yeah, for what it's worth, it's interesting how the seeds go. Ashland being the number 2 seed, and Hopkinton, I know they split their season series,
right?
But Hopkinton beat them pretty good in Ashland late in the season, and yet Ashland gets the higher seed. I don't know to what extent that comes into play. Is it just a record thing? But certainly some very similar records at the top, 2, 3, 4, 16 and 4. They are exactly similar, 16 and 4. All three
I would, seeing we don't have the league record, I would imagine Ashland probably has a better league record. Probably won the TVL based off that.
Yep. There,
but still, again, those top 3 teams, Medway, Ashland, and Hopkinton, not much separating them. And I would not be surprised if we saw a TVL matchup for the final. It's possible.
Could happen.
But here, one TVL team will go home, and it looks like it will be the Holliston Panthers down. Now, Coach Greco must have heard us getting in some substitutions late here. 3 minutes left.
That's nice to see some of the girls getting some playing time, and 3 minutes is a good amount of time. They can get a bucket or two and steal or two, and
hey, never know. Maybe knock on wood, but there could be an injury in the next game, something like that, where one of these players has to step up, and these 3 minutes could help in that case.
Yep, that's good. We're going to give whole bunch of players a round of applause. 4 starters coming out. Lily, Callie, Regan, and Ivy all coming out at the same time. A little curtain call. Well deserved. 50-21, 29-point lead. 3:18 left in the game.
Elizabeth Liberta checking in, boxing out and getting that rebound.
My old neighbor, I got to get the plug for old Huckleberry
Of
neighborhood.
Of course. I set you up for it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I saw you give me the old wink. Got to take care of my people in the hood, you know.
Of course. 3 minutes left now for the Hillers to run out this remaining clock. 50-21 lead. As Liberta almost pokes that one away, Powers walks up into the 3. Abby Ray Wells there to pick up the loose ball and knock down the lane.
Nice shot by Wells. Scrappy player for Holliston. Cameron McDonald in the game, number 24, sophomore guard.
Good freshman Caroline Cannell also getting in there.
Big hand for some of the Holliston players coming off. They've had themselves a great season and played their hearts out tonight. Just ran into a really tough Hopkinton team.
Prawl for 3. Bit too strong.
Nice save.
But an offensive rebound. Prawl another 3. No good.
Good hustle.
McConnell with the rebound, or fighting for the rebound.
Future's looking bright for the Hillers. I mean, they're on a roll now, but they got to still have a lot of depth and a lot of youth in the team. So they're going to definitely lose some of the seniors after this season's over. But I think you look down the bench and some of the juniors and sophomores and even freshmen. It's a lot to look forward to. Tough D.
Still tough D from the Hillers, even with this lead. These girls are taking advantage of their playing time for sure.
Cameron McDonald running the point for the Hiller girls.
Again, well, we have some time left. The quarterfinal matchup, as Connell's 3 is no good. The quarterfinal matchup will be here in Hopkinton on Friday, March 2nd, here at 7 p.m. Although, it's possible that they can always change the time leading up towards the game, so we encourage you to check Twitter just to confirm day of, but it should be, as of now, Friday, March 2nd, here at 7 p.m. And Hopkinton will play the winner of the 5-12 matchup between Medfield and Wayland, which is going on right now. So if you're interested, try to find that out on Twitter or the internet, and you can see who the Hillers will be facing next. If it's Medfield, we know the history between them. Wayland, a bit more of a mystery.
Right.
But still, Hillers should be favored in that matchup either way.
Wayland has a rich tradition in their high school basketball over the years. Ooh, almost a travel. Nice move. Caroline Connell. Cannell, I got to get that straight. And that's a nice left-handed layup there. A couple of Holliston girls all over her.
33 seconds left now. 52-25 game. Foul called on the baseline drive.
Lots of contact on there, but lots of good sportsmanship at the same time. There's a little bit of collision there, and the girls probably know each other a little bit from playing hoops against each other when they were younger through AAU or whatever they do. But it's nice to have a good rivalry with Holliston, and excellent opponent.
But today the Hopkinton Hillers were just too much. Right from the outset, really from the first quarter, the defensive effort was there. And then in the second quarter, the offense came, and they established that big 18-point halftime lead. Third quarter, about even for the most part, both teams. Test Power stepping up big for the Panthers in that third, but in the fourth quarter, Hopkinton's talent really just took over, increasing that lead and leaving little to doubt here. And as the result of the final 15 seconds, Hopkinton will dribble it out. Bench gets up and the fans start to give the team a round of applause, well deserved for this effort.
Good stuff. What a great game for the Hiller girls tonight, and let's keep this party going. Congratulations to both teams. Holliston played their hearts out. They just couldn't deal with the onslaught of the Hillers, and everybody's getting on their feet. And we look forward to Friday night's game against an opponent to be determined, but going to be Medfield or Wayland. So, Tim, great job. That was fun game tonight. Likewise, Steve. Again, one more time, guys. Next game here, the quarterfinals of the MIAA Division II Central Tournament here in Hopkinton, Friday, 7 p.m. against the winner of Medfield and Wayland. For Steve Spector, I am Tim Vladeck, and the rest of our crew, we want to thank you guys for joining us. We hope to see you here on Friday.